is up, YouTube? It's RSMario here, bringing you another Pokemon's Legends ZA video. Alright, so, what I'm saying, bringing you another Pokemon video. And so, just first off, I just wanted to address, I did a short, and I got thoroughly drugged in the comments for saying Zygarde when it is Zygrade. Yes, I get it now. It is Zygrade, okay? I looked at it wrong. I haven't thought about Zygrade in years. It is what it is. It is what it is, man. So, of course, we have some interesting stuff for you today. We have a little bit more information from Centro when it comes to Pokemon ZA and the new Pokemon Studio that was just opened up. We also have some information on Palworld. There's a little bit more going on there. So, of course, as much as I like to antagonize Palworld and its fan base and whatnot, I still check on it from time to time. I still play a little bit. I kind of fell off the game a little bit, though. But, I still do some updates on it. We also have a very interesting culture war story. We have a former executive at the Pokemon Company, at least the Western side, that was... he was up to some shenanigans. He seemed to be very, very angry with his customers on Twitter for some reason or another. We're going to talk about that. So, of course, if you want to continue getting more videos like this from me, or any of my other videos that I cover here on the channel, in my anime videos, because, new season is coming up, my Overwatch videos, because I'm committed now. I'm committed to Overwatch 2. You know what I'm saying? So, if you want to learn about Season 9 and the Season 9 patch, I have a video on that. Or my ranking video where I ranked all of the Generation 9 Pokemon. You want to check out any of those videos or any other video on the channel. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell button, do all that good stuff that YouTube requires you to do to continue getting videos from me. Follow me at twitter.com/RSMario128. Like my video tweet, share my video tweet, and I will shout you out at this portion of the video. Alright, let's get on into it. So, Centro Pokemon leaks. So he dropped a video. He dropped a tweet, and he said, based on our sources, Pokemon Legends ZA will be the first game to have Latnam Spanish translation. They haven't heard anything about the Portuguese translation yet. So this is kind of interesting because Centro has been talking about this Latnam translation thing for a while now. I think I did a video on this a couple months ago and another update video like this. But, yeah, he's been talking about this for a while. Now, basically what's going on is for years, the Spanish translation of Pokemon games have been in European Spanish. You know what I'm saying? Which is very different from Latnam Spanish or Latin American Spanish. All right, it's a different dialect, there's different terminology, different vocabulary. It's just a little different between the two, okay? So getting the Latnam, Spanish speakers or Spanish Pokemon fans getting their own translation is pretty big. That's pretty big. Also, we all know that, sometimes Pokemon games leak, and with more staff, and more studios and more places around the world getting involved, more opportunities to leak. Like, how many leaks have we heard come from like a translator or something, So you never know. A lot of leaks come out of South America. The same thing goes for the Portuguese translation. European Portuguese is different from Brazilian Portuguese. So more than likely they'll probably do the same thing too, because Latin America is a big region that can make a lot of money there. So interesting little note. The next bit from Centro is he's giving updates on the new studio that Pokemon just started, Pokemon Works. So in the tweet he says, update, our speculation has been confirmed. A full list of directors for Pokemon Works has been revealed. And so he goes down the list. We have Takuya Wazaki, the representative director of Ilka. We have Takunori Sowa, who is the director of the Pokemon Company. We have Masao Lucci, who is the supervising local subsidiary of Pokemon in Shanghai, basically Pokemon Toys. We have Hirose Ijima, who we have no idea where that person's from. And then we have Satoshi Takamori, who is the director of ILCA. So basically, this confirms that this new company, Pokemon Works, is a joint venture between the Pokemon Company and ILCA. And so here's the thing: what is this studio for? Some people say that this is a support studio for Game Freak, which is possible. But if they were going to do a support studio for Game Freak, I don't see why they would have joined up with ILCA. You know what I'm saying? They could have just joined up with Game Freak, or maybe gave them some money so they could hire more people. You know what I'm saying? I think more than likely this studio is going to work with ILCA to develop new, remakes. So we might be getting more ILCA style remakes, which that's going to make some people sad. Me, I'm not quite sure how I feel about it just yet. I mean, I'm still kind of on the fence when it comes to one-to-one remakes. Like, because I didn't think that BDSP was, like, the worst thing ever. It was kind of mid. It was all right. I think it would have been better if it was Platinum instead of being Diamond and Pearl, which I think was their biggest mistake. But, like, there have been hours upon hours of videos on this platform about how terrible this was and how it was quintessentially what not to do for a Pokemon remake and how chibis are like the seed of Satan or something. So, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be interesting to see what happens. So, it looks like they already have a domain for the company. So, an announcement of some sort is probably going to pop up soon. Maybe at whatever they decide to do in the summer, like, June or something. They'll announce the company and maybe they'll give us a sneak peek of what they're doing. If they aren't just a support studio. Because this is also a similar situation that Namco has with ILCA, where they have a support studio that basically supports their the team that does Ace Combat, like the flying jet fighter game, So, moving on to Palworld. So, Palworld, the leader of Palworld, the leader of Pocket Pal, Pocket Pair, Takuro Mizobi did an interview about the status of Pocket Pair, and they apparently want to get sold. They want to get bought. All right, they're looking to become part of another company. So, Palworld Dev says massive profits are too big for a studio of their size to handle, which to me is interesting. If the studio has so much money that they can't really handle it, why would they want more money from another? You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is, though. You know what I'm saying? So, speaking in an interview with Bloomberg, Pocket Pair boss Takuro Mizobi confirmed Palworld could cost less than 1 billion yen, aka $6.7 million, to make, and has made tens of billions of yen in profit. For context, 10 billion yen is around $67.2 million. So if they made tens of billions of yen, so let's just say they made like 30 billion yen, right? So that would be like well over $180 million. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good for a game the size of Palworld. That was only like $30, It's an amount that is too big for a studio our size to handle, said Mizobe.
That's what she said.
Who later clarified he has no intention of expanding or offering shares of the company. Smart man. All right, now I talk about Pocket Pair.
A few moments later.
One of the biggest problems in capitalism and video game companies today, and I am a free market capitalist, I'm not some weird socialist YouTuber, but one of the biggest problems in capitalism today is the IPO, all right? You know what I'm saying? Or the buyout or going public. All right, publicly traded companies suck, okay? All right, as long as you're a privately traded company, you have control over your destiny. All right, once you become a publicly traded company and you have to deal with shareholders, you have to deal with fiduciary responsibility, meaning your main responsibility as the leader of that company is to ensure that the shareholders get their money before anything else. All right, So when you see companies like, oh, the company goes woke, or the company has like crazy microtransaction, or just anti like consumer behavior, you know what I'm saying? It's a shareholder thing. All right, the shareholders are like, look, we need you to make our money back. I need my investment to make money, and that's what you're gonna do. So, smart man. All right, resist the IPO at all costs. Rather, he wants Pocket Pair to remain small. It's currently 55 people. Mizobe is open to a partnership or acquisition, but instead he has not stated he's not started buyout talks with Microsoft. Perhaps more pressing, Pocket Pair is in talks to bring Palworld to more platforms, suggesting a potential PlayStation 5 or Nintendo console release. Yeah, good luck with that one. I don't think you're going to the Switch. I don't think Nintendo don't want none of that. Nintendo like, nah, you ain't coming to the Switch. You stay over there. Oh man, so moving on, we move on to more Pokemon news. So right after I posted my video on Friday or Thursday, Riddler Khu Riddler Khu drops a video. He drops a tweet, and so he basically drops a tweet that has all the Mythicals on it. Mew from BDSP, Celebi from Crystal on VC, Jirachi from BDSP, Deoxys from ORAS, Fnappy from PLA, Darkrai and Shaman also PLA, Arceus from BDSP and PLA, Victini to be determined, Keldeo on Sword and Shield, the Crown Tundra, Mioletta from Scarlet and Violet, Genesect to be determined, and Diancie, Hoopa, and Valcanion all coming from Ikaku. So, basically confirming that the Gen 6 Mythicals are going to be in Ikaku. So, they're going to be in Legends ZA some kind of way. This also confirms that we're not going to get the Gen 5 Mythicals in this game unless they're going to be some far-flung DLC or something. But you know what I'm saying, more than likely, this means that maybe there is some sort of Gen 5 product in the works, but they just haven't announced it yet. You know, and of course, maybe they'll announce it the same time they officially announce Pokemon Works. So, you know, June is an option. That's probably the next time we're going to get a Pokemon Presents or something like that. So then we get down to our Culture War content of the day, you know. So, if you've been under a rock or something, apparently we are in Gamergate 2 now. So we're at war again, you know. I wasn't around for the first Gamergate because I was too busy playing video games and not talking about them. Now that I do both, I guess I will have to talk about this on the second channel eventually. So, former Bungie and Pokemon Company lawyer defends Sweet Baby Inc. Says his job was to get rid of anti-woke gamers. So, if you don't know what Sweet Baby Inc. is, Sweet Baby Inc. is a consulting company, basically a company that other companies go to consult on the narrative and characters of their video games. So, like, say if Ubisoft wanted to make a video game about medieval Japan for some reason, and, you know, they wanted to make an Assassin's Creed game in Japan. So they would go to Sweet Baby Inc. and Sweet Baby Inc. would look over the characters and the narrative and to see where they could insert some diversity in there because, you know, apparently the screenwriter of the daggone narrative is not smart enough to actually do this himself. So they have to pay money to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? It's just stupid. You know, it's stupid. So, he tweeted, I lied in my bio. I produced Detective Pikachu. My name is trivially easy to locate, but just so it's clear, I am Don McGowan. I spent 12 years as the chief legal officer of Pokemon, and now I am the general counsel over at Bungie. So this right here is kind of weird to me. So if he's the general counsel, he's a lawyer, all right? Why is a lawyer getting producer credits and being involved in any type of creative endeavor in the company? Like, I don't get. And I'm not even trying to be like a culture warrior or whatever. Like, if you haven't written a story before, or if you don't have like a creative bone in your body, or if you're not like a creative, you know, like in the creative workforce, why are you getting producer credits? Like, why are you producing movies? Like, why are you involved in the narrative? You know what I'm saying? Like, do lawyer stuff, man. You know, but it is what it is. So, 20 years in games, 17 years in C-suite. So I am well suited to say these people blaming one consultancy for everything they don't like are again demonstrating how they know nothing about the subject they purport to be discussing. They are sexist and racist. So basically he's saying that they shouldn't be blaming Sweet Baby Inc. by itself for all the things that they don't like in video games. And he's not wrong about this. I mean, because like, you know, a lot of things that like the culture warriors don't like, you know, are like some of the anti-consumer practices. They don't have anything to do with Sweet Baby Inc. But one of the reasons why these companies use Sweet Baby Inc. is to get money, to get ESG money. Basically, if you go to Sweet Baby Inc. and they tell you, oh, put a black character in here, put a white character. I mean, not a white character. They'll never do that. Well, put a black character in there, put a gay character, what have you. Then you might be able to get some of that, you know, BlackRock ESG money or whatever. But it gets a little bit worse as we go along. So next, McGowan shared an interview where he did with Aftermath, where he explained what he did at both Bungie and the Pokemon Company as a way of giving his opinion more authority. After wrapping up his thread writing, he says, "What's the old rule? Not showing tolerance to people who are themselves intolerant." That one, that's what you see in this thread. I'm guessing he's talking about a Twitter thread. And my responses: no, I'm not interested in debate. No, I don't care. I mean, if you think I'm a bully, get back in your effing lockers.
What?
Next, he made an absurd claim that video game developers at large no longer want to make games for gamers.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Not only did he make that claim, but he also revealed his entire career has been built around getting rid of gamers, which is weird because, again, he is a lawyer. He is not a narrative individual. He's not a screenwriter. He's not a narrative designer. He's a lawyer. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay. He wrote, and it never occurs to them that the reason nobody made games for them was because nobody wanted to make those kinds of games. Nobody wants your money because no one wants you in their environment. Take it from someone, most of whose job was figuring out how to get rid of you. Trust and safety departments exist to get a-holes out of the gaming environment. And continued, you end up creating them to get rid of a-holes because adult humans don't want to spend their leisure time with a-holes. You're a gamer-gator. F off, you you child. Nobody wants your money. Go spend money on anime porn.
Man, what did he do to make them niggas that mad?
Which, I'm like, here's the thing. When it comes to this whole Gamergate situation, because it's kind of blown up into this crazy thing now. Like, I'm working on a video on my second channel where I do more of the culture war stuff on Gamergate, or at least the Sweet Baby Inc. stuff. Yeah, man, it's pretty crazy. Like the Department of Homeland Security is getting involved. I'm like, I don't understand what this whole situation, like, why like this? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can introduce like progressive things into video games without pissing off the people who already play video games. Like, there have been women characters in video games forever. Alright, I don't really understand why now it's like, oh, we need to get rid of all these people that play video games, and then we need to bring in some new people because all of these guys are anime porn addicted a-holes or whatever. Like, it's a dumb mentality. Not to mention, like, he's lying through a lot of this because he didn't really do any of this at Pokemon. Because, one, I didn't even know he ever worked for Pokemon. 2, he's a lawyer, so I doubt Nintendo would ever let him get anywhere near the narrative of Pokemon. All right, like, not to mention, I don't really see Pokemon going woke. You know what I'm saying? Like, what woke aspects have you seen in Pokemon? If you know any, drop them in the comments. All right, we might have to wrap back around to this one. So that's about it for this. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, people, keep it real and get your boots ready, because we're going to war.